Hey people, Intrid here, 2v2, Medean Cliff Mines, blue team. It's looking quite green actually. We have DarkHero with a Warboss, a melee fella that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front line. Alongside here, Redbeard is a Kommando knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins in range combat with a twin link shooter. Red team, a couple of Lord Generals first up, DanielGrushin, and we've got Kurminog. These guys fight in ranged combat with a retinue of stormtroopers, can add to this retinue throughout the game. Really strong defense and support capabilities. Looks like Kurminog is rocking the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme. We have a Sentinel, we have a bunch of shooters, we have triple guardsmen for Kurminog. Looks like the Kommando's going mid early. Warboss grabs his natural and then goes mid, it looks like. Typically you see the southwest player go across the south and try to hit that power. But the Orks are doubling mid. Meanwhile, some brave sluggers going north. And they're going to have a lot of las guns in their face in a minute. Lord General forward capping a bit on that wreck point. Meanwhile, here's the Orky push mid. War banners up. Sentinel took quite a lot of damage there. There was no repair for them. The Lord General is not a repair hero. Kommando takes the mid. Sluggers getting stuck into some stormtrooper retinue fellas, but they are persuaded to leave. Do not drop a model though. And they held these guys up. That wasn't too bad. We do have a Sentinel here now for Kurminog. And Grushin with the triple guardsman also, and the Sentinel. Again, sluggers getting on the Lord General. Didn't want to get too close to base turrets and stuff though. These guys quite happy behind that light cover, shooting away. Are they focusing on anything? I think they were focusing on those guardsmen there. And look at the Warboss, got a decap. Meanwhile in the mid, Kommando behind some cover, chucks out the stun bomb. Don't think it affects Sentinels, buddy. Nope. Maybe they didn't know. Redbeard now getting flanked a bit here. And has to flee. Guardsman sneaked up and got blue team's natural. Look at that. Lots of Dakka, no cover here. I don't think Orc should stay in this fight. There's just too many las guns. Sync kill from the Lord General there. You go on, fella. Yeah, Orcs are going to be pushed off, I think. And we might see a power bash, especially if they get flamers up. Can we spot any on the way? Nope. Those guys just getting a sergeant. Looters here for Redbeard with that def gun. Are they trying to defend the power or are they going? I think so. Meanwhile, sluggers of Redbeard decapping this wreck point. They can go on to the VP after that. The War banner is still up in the mid. And we are seeing a power bash from the Imperial Guard. There's both players here, so it might take both players to defend it, although the looters are going to be a big equalizer here with their suppression. Warboss being focused and could not get close enough. Here's the def gun though. Can it suppress them all? Seems to be shooting at the Sentinels actually. Yeah, it should have aimed for the infantry there. These guys are just going to get stomped. Def guns are staying in play, these looters. That's very, very low. They need to run away. Guardsmen toughing it out, and I think they're going to get a full bash here. Warboss coming back out of base, not fully healed though. Sluggers are getting on that northern VP, and the Kommando's going back mid. Should be able to get a decap. Look at the damage from that twin link shooter. Tore down one of those stormtroopers pretty quickly. Warboss can't get close. They should be decapping here. Another Sentinel for Kurminog. I wonder if that's a mistake. Yeah, it's been cancelled. 361 to 485. Now some artillery spotters for Kurminog to help deal with the looters. There's not always going to be that many guardsmen around to just shoot them. Okay, Orcs have got out of their base. We have double shooters with their knob leaders. Gives them a detector model, and he's got a twin link shooter of his own. Warboss again, I don't think he's going to get close enough. He's acting as a meat shield for a little while. They got the Sentinel though. That was DanielGrushin's Sentinel. I wonder if they will replace it. The Sentinels are doing so well. This one's half. This is Kurminog's. In the mid, Orcs are probably going to cap it all up. Oh, this is noded. Maybe not that. They might want to move on before bashing that. Sluggers getting a natural back, 342 to 485, and now it's the Orcs' turn to power bash, and they, of course, they do it with Dakka. Doing a pretty good job. I think they're going to get all the generators at least. Where are those spotters? They're on the other side. But DanielGrushin is getting some of their own. They're also going to get the node, it seems like. Don't like the position of these shooters. They can get pincered, as you can see. But they're moving back. These are Redbeards. They might have to retreat though. Lord General now tying some up. And there's move from the grenade launchers of DanielGrushin. The grenade launchers themselves pretty effective against light infantry in tier 1 as well. The Warboss again struggling to make an impact. He's just getting shot up. They're doing a good job focusing him down. Ardboys is on him. Boss pole is up. Might want to use the charge instead, but this is done. Might want to use his ranged weapon. That guy can get an enhanced custom shooter, which can also disrupt. It's a pretty decent weapon. Not something you see very often. You know, because he's a Warboss. People want to smack stuff with him. But yeah, does have a decent ranged weapon. These shooters here getting very close. Tying up some guardsmen. Tons of DACA trying to focus down the Sentinel, are they? These are DarkHero shooters. I think they'll be okay. Yeah, those grenade launchers are nasty. Might want to try to focus this guy down, because if you can kill those stormtroopers, that means less grenade launchers shooting at you. Power bash over there with Flamer Guardsmen. Getting it done. Tier 2 for Redbeard, the first place to go. And looters are up still. So they cap the mid, and they have the north. It's up to the Orks to push somewhere. I don't think it's worth trying to go for their natural if you're the red team. Just try and stabilize with what you have. These spotters lost a model. There's Hide the Boys on these sluggers of the Kommando, and of course he can infiltrate himself by default, so they're both all sneaky now. Hide the Boys last quite a while too, 20 or 30 seconds I think. These guys capping are getting caught, but that should be okay. Are they even going to drop a model? They do drop a model. So there's the play. I'm going for your natural, says Redbeard. Although they have split their forces, they still have stuff in the mid, which is smart. And you see here, DanielGrushin is overreacting by taking his entire force to the north, and all that's here is a Kommando and some sluggers. And Kurminog's already over here. Overreaction allows the Orks to come mid and cap. Little misplay there, I think, from DanielGrushin. Now has Flak Jacket. Tier 2 all around, aside from Grushin. Are they floating? They're not even floating yet. What's this? It's a power bash from the Orks. Warboss is going to go and decap that wreck point. Here we see the incoming. 30%. And it says nearby infantry, so I assume it affects Kurminog stuff if they're in range. Spotters shutting down those looters by reducing their range by 50%. That smoke shell there. Good job there, dragging the red team around by Redbeard. No bleeder for the sluggers on the way. Queued up for tier 2. And it's tank busters for Redbeard. Obviously expecting a Chimera or something. Kicking off in the mid, some suppression. Couldn't really capitalize on it though, and a big spotter shell on the faces of these blobbed up shooters. 314, 442. Kommando. There's a stun bomb. We haven't seen the stick bombs. There's been so many blobbed up guardsmen. Maybe we'll see some actual stick bombers. DarkHero with a war truck on the way. Tank buster barrage, some decent disruption. Killed a couple on retreat as well. Still no big shooters for these shooter boys. There is still one sentinel up. These sluggers are getting pretty low for Redbeard. They get their knob bleeder just in time, but he might want to run away. Nope. He scares off a whole bunch of guardsmen and the Lord General with some help of DACA. Orks are back in mid in force, and Redbeard took this VP at some point. Looks like it was... oh, maybe it was the Warboss, was it? He's running away. Sluggers on the mid. Well, one slugger. The slugger knob is on the mid. Sentinel being caught up by rockets and DACA. Not sure if they're going to be able to catch them though. Ogren's on the field here for Kurminog. Heavy melee troops can rip through anything given enough time, and they are deceptively quick when they got their melee charge going. Going after the war truck here, which is providing support to these nearby orcs, allowing them to reinforce. Ogren's just got their bonehead leader, but that is use your choppers, sluggers, and they tore through them pretty well with a bunch of help from Daka. No burners on these guys though. Orcs now flooding the north. They've done a good job kind of splitting and blobbing up at the right times, I feel like. Weird boy on the way now for DarkHero. More Ogryns, this time from DanielGrushin, and they're bashing power with tank busters. Kommando being all sneaky with his high explosive shells. There we go. Poor guardsman. Just got up shell shock there and backed the hell away. Got all the gens. Ogryns here back out for Kurminog. They weren't healed up though. Did we not have the medical sergeant? They have it over here. Kurminog has it. Must have used it already. That guy can hand out medical packs. They found the commander. They've got their hands on him. I think he's going to go down here. Yeah, just a range damage from the Ripper guns that these guys used to smack you with. And the Sentinel was enough. Looters also need to flee into the retreat path of Ogryns. Units taking 30% more damage from melee if they are retreating. And are they going to wipe them? And the Ripper gun's going to fire. There we go. Shoot them guns. If they were shooting them all the way back, they would have got them. They got them anyway. They got them anyway. Ripper guns pretty effective. Make Ogryns into decent chasers. There's the new Ogryns from DanielGrushin in the mid. They got zapped, but they are shrugging it off. Where'd the weird boy go? He backed away. Sub-commander for Orcs gives you lots of disruption and control. Some support too. Does require some micro. You need to manage his massive energy pool. You can regenerate it faster by being around units that use their WAAAGH. So he wants to be around his fellow Orcs. Look at this fight in the mid now. Fully upgraded sluggers. Helped out by a big old warp vomit there. That's going to be a massive problem going forward for the red team in those big melee fights. They need to try and get on this weird boy. More sluggers. These are DarkHeros. No burners on these fellas. But they're chopping down the Lord General pretty effectively. Down he goes. Just could not move away. And the Ogryns of Kurminog also persuaded to leave. 290 to 343. Good little fight there for the Orcs. And tier 3 now for Redbeard. Is he going to get revived? Maybe. Warboss is really far away at the moment though. Haven't seen this guy in combat much. I mean, he learned his lesson from those early fights, not being able to do much. He's been around like capping and stuff. War truck pushing forward to help the power bash. And tank busters capping. Tank busters should be bashing, surely. Their shooters are getting it done. Decent shot from a weird boy. Does have that really powerful basic attack. And there's a zap. That zap will jump from target to target doing damage. You need to try and split your stuff up so it can't jump. Which they're not doing over here. And you see that warp vomit just completely shutting down those Ogryns. Not a whole lot they can do about that. Other than trying to get damage on the weird boy before the Ogryns go in and force him off or something. Triple cap here for the blue Orky team. It's a decent little flank though from Grushin. Warboss is there. Did not see the stomp on those Ogryns. And there's User Red for some extra disruption. Courtesy of the bonehead leader. Taking a lot of damage though. Sluggers do not mess around. And there's a stomp. And these Ogryns might wipe. Just got a heal there from the medical sergeant, I think. Medipack. Are they going to get away? I think they're going to get away. I think they're going to get away. Sluggers did really well there. Did not expect them to. I mean, they had war truck support and stuff, but they stood up incredibly well to those Ogryns. And I didn't see any Warboss buffs on them. There's another really well-placed warp vomit from DarkHero. Once you get the timing down for that, it's incredibly effective. Oh, he almost got caught there. Jumps into the war truck in time. and backs away. It's a bunch of Dakar. Where's the suppression? There we go. There's aiming what's that to suppress those guys. 284 to 243. VP's still very close. Redbeard yet to get anything out in tier 3. Has been reinforcing a bunch of stuff. Oh, Warboss was trying to help the Kommando back up and got shot to death. Poor bastard. Sentinel falls. Mistake there from Kurminog. Too close to these tank busters with it. Some dead Ogryns here. They did escape though, right? Yeah, both of the Ogryns are still up. Look at this. Chasing into base, these Ogryns. Almost finished off those shooters that were so close. Sluggers are on retreat path, but they should be fine. Weird Boy has the war path, boosting the speed of these sluggers. And gives them 20% damage resist. It used to grant melee damage, I think. Long time ago now. Some commandos being called in by Redbeard. Love the Dakar immediately. Usually they throw their burner bomb first and then use Love the Dakar, which knocks everything over inside of the fire. Kurminog saying wow, wow, wow. Not sure what they are referring to. The Love the Dakar maybe. Kicking off in the mid. Warp Vomit hits the Ogryns again. There's a lot of guardsmen here to try and focus down these sluggers. They are slugging it. Ogryns need to turn around and help. And I think the sluggers are going to wipe. Yeah, those were Redbeard sluggers. And they did have their burners at the end. Speaking of burners, we've still got flamers in play, of course, from the guardsmen. Since you can't replace these things. But they are just being out-Dakared here. And in fact, that squad of guardsmen wiped. And here's more sluggers for you. With Ard Boys and Use Your Choppers double buffed by the Warboss. Both of those Orky heroes still down. What is this? Tank busters capping. They've done well, those tank busters, you know. Despite there being no vehicles on the red team. They've bashed a bunch of power. They took down a sentinel. They've done a lot of capping. Some disruption as well. It's another way to help deal with the Ogryns. If you can time that barrage right, you could knock them all over. Kashyyykin on the way now for Kurminog. I wonder if they'll get plasma guns, thinking that there's knobs on the way, or if they're going to get those awesome knockback on every hit grenade launchers that they have. Looted tank on the way for DarkHero. Redbeard only has the commandos out in tier 3. Been tier 3 for a while, hasn't really been able to capitalize on it. He's not able to get out clean from any of their fights. He's having to reinforce quite a lot of stuff. Ogryns versus sluggers, we've seen a lot of that. They are chasing the war truck though. They need to be careful here. Got their heal away from the medic pack. It's a good grenade as well from the Kashyyykin, and they do have their grenade launchers. Look at that. Knock back every hit from those things. They do fire quite slowly as it expects, but pretty damn effective at disruption. Meanwhile in the mid, you got some spotters trying to cap. Gonna eat a tank buster barrage. Are they gonna survive it? They did. Well done you. Here's a looted tank now, and they've had enough of that. Are you fellas getting an anti-vehicle weapon? Nope, has the heavy bolter here. Maybe I could have done with a little bit more of that. A little bit more heavy bolter action going on in tier 1 and tier 2. Sluggers have done a lot of work here because there hasn't been really a melee counter around since the Sentinels fell. And for a long time there was only one Sentinel. Looted tank getting its reinforced plating, which means it can use its big boom shot thing, which is fun. Very fun for whoever's driving that tank. Level 2 Ogryns here for Kurminog. Almost level 2 for DanielGrushin. Some shooters getting some capping done. And it's going to be a 2-to-1 for the Orks, it looks like. Although, can these guys get on that VP? Probably not. There's those grenade launchers. They're looking a little bit depleted here, the red team. Kurminog is in tier 3, of course. We saw those Kashyyykin up and does have enough for a nuke. A rocket run can be super effective against a infantry-based army. Redbeard got some more commandos up. These guys also have the 50% faster capping trait, and it can maybe get some sneaky caps on the north. Lots of Dakar on the Ogryns. They've been suppressed. They need to run away, I think. Yeah. That was user red there that knocked over the sluggers and maybe saved them. Maybe saved them. I think they are going to get away. Las Cannon is up here. The sluggers again, just streaming through. Nothing really to stop them. Aside from ramming your Ogryns into them and trying to fight, there hasn't been much. Heavy turret goes up, takes out the looted tank, and maybe takes out the war truck as well here. There we go. That is big value from this heavy turret. Doesn't really matter if it goes down now. It's done a lot of work. Taken out by the sluggers. Those heavy turrets have vehicle armor, which is why it took these guys so long to take it out. Triple commandos now for Redbeard. There's that rocket run from Kurminog. Wasn't as good as it could have been, I suppose. Did some work to those commandos, killed a couple of them. I think it could have been used a little bit better maybe. I think he wanted to just stop the cap over there. Sneaky commandos. There's Love the Dakar. And they're going into melee. I suppose they must beat guardsmen in melee, surely. Double cap here for the Orks. Yep, seeing off those guardsmen pretty well. Here are those Ogryns though on retreat path. That could be really nasty for these guys. They killed those guardsmen, but are they going to get away? They got knocked over just before he hit retreat, and I think the Ripper guns are going to be enough. Yet they take him out. Warboss finally trying to get that revive now. We'll see if they are able to. Ogryns are there. Should have enough health. Now has the heavy armor as well. So he's up to almost 2,000 hit points at only level 3. Plus 900 from this. And you get some health regen. It's pretty nuts. 180 to 35. Still looking a little bit depleted there, the Imperial Guard players, but these Ogryns are starting to really pull their weight. These fellas, level 4 from Kurminog, done really well. Seeing off the Warboss. Did the Kommando get away? I guess they did, eh? There they are. They have that shotgun and the sneaky infiltration kit. It's very sneaky. Well played over here. Heavy weapon squad at least got a decap, if not a cap. Need to run away, fellas. They have a las cannon. Nothing really for them to shoot with the las cannon now. Can try and power bash with it maybe, but they need to draw the Orks to the mid first. Look at that. The guard getting a 2-to-1. It's a double right now. It's going to be a 2-to-1. Sluggers are on this. Level 4? Not quite level 4. What are their plans? Grushin's still in tier 2. And heavily depleted. Not sure what they could get here. Maybe a Chimera will do some work for you. I mean, you'd be supporting double Ogryns with it. That'd be pretty good. Stun bomb goes off, but then the commander gets caught by these level 4 Ogryns. And they're buffed up by the incoming. Oh, there we go. That's what you can get in tier 3 Kurminog. Just drop a tank in. And they have a real chance here, the red team. Lehman Russ makes a big difference. Ogryns pushing up the south side. Here comes some pissed off Ogryns. Look how fast they are with move, move, move. That's crazy. Big special attacks there, and those grenade launchers, of course, knocking stuff over. Oh no, those are the Lord Generals grenade launchers. They're not knocking stuff over. Another heavy turret up. And that Lehman Russ, of course. Warboss does have the power claw. Hard boys on himself to try and help get that cap. Ogryns fighting sluggers. I should be focusing all this fight on the sluggers, surely. They're not going to stop this cap. Don't think he's going to stay here and fight, though. Gets a stomp and doesn't use it to escape. He wants to fight and die, this guy. Well, it was quite an orky ending. Down he goes. Gave some red to the red team there. Heavy weapon squad on the way for DanielGrushin, kicking off in the north. Another heavy turret. Kassakin getting melted. But here's a Lehman Russ to help out. Bits of Orks happens. Doesn't have a weapon upgrade yet, this guy. I think Kurminog is trying to get another Lehman Russ before they upgrade this one. It's understandable. You see these commandos here trying to take out the turret. Need to get those rockets. There we go. Can they get rid of those commandos before they take out the turret? This thing needs to move up. There's Love the Daka. Center now. GG says DarkHero, and there's the 2-to-1 cap. I wasn't even paying attention to the VPs. The Orks have it, getting both of the natural VPs here. Well played, Redbeard, at the end. Got that VP just when they needed it. Some sneaky commando play. Both of the green skin heroes are down. Level 3 Warboss and a level 3 Kommando, level 6 Lord General, and a level 7 Lord General. Pretty close one though. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.